So it seems like I can't make a single video about DeviantArt without somebody trolling the comments, telling me how much they hate it. I don't understand why there's so much negativity about the site. What's up, y'all? This is the Art Mentor. My name is Sean. I'm a veteran art teacher and freelance artist, and as an 18-year user of this platform who is not sponsored by it in any way, shape, or form, I want to go ahead and I want to present to you a lot of misinformation about this website, and we're going to examine and expose some common myths that you've heard about DeviantArt, and it's going to start right now. So in the making of this video, I did my own research, but I also reached out to some DeviantArt staff members in order to help support all of these claims. So it's not just my opinion. The first thing I want to talk to you all about is how a lot of people have the misperception that DeviantArt is dead. But by no metric in existence is DeviantArt actually dead. In fact, it only shows that it's pretty much still on top. Let me show you here. And as we take a look at the amount of monthly users visiting the website, DeviantArt themselves says that their average is about 100 million users. And just to support it on this third-party website that I found, it had 109.8 million views in the most recent month. Now that's pretty good, and you can see some slight fluctuations here. Now let's take a look at how that compares to its competitors in similar websites. So first off here we have ArtStation, which I would say is probably the most prime competitor to DeviantArt itself. This one has 23.5 million. One of the newer up-and-coming platforms is Redbubble for art and artists, and this one again only receives about 25 million to DeviantArt's 109.8 million. And now as we go into some more niche content areas as well, like Fur Affinity, which would be for furry artists if you're unfamiliar with that, 27.5 million. And finally, Behance at 38.5 million. So by what metric in existence is there right now to conclude that DeviantArt is dead? There's none. Let's talk about this other common concern I've seen a lot. Another really popular myth is that you can only succeed on DeviantArt or get popular if you're in one of two niche categories, which would be furry art or kink and fetish art. I've seen this popularized in quite a number of videos as well, and I really wanted to challenge that because it just didn't sound right to me. According to DeviantArt's own staff, they tell me that while neither of those appear in the top 10 word search on DeviantArt, tags such as anime, digital art, and original character are at the top of the list. Now, when we take a look at that, here's what I want to present to you just to back that up as well. When you take a look at every single daily deviation, what are we seeing a lot of? We're seeing a lot of digital art. We're seeing a lot of original character concepts as well. So this only states and proves that yes, you can do that. Now, if you want to see, in my opinion, the best daily deviation, you can check out this bad boy right here. It's made by me. And thank you, DeviantArt, for that. All of this just concludes that there is absolutely no substantial backing for why people think that you can't succeed on DeviantArt with the type of artwork that you are doing yourself. Now, another area we have to talk about is this. Y'all, the forums get a lot of bad rap, and it's really not true because a lot of people will say this common myth that the DeviantArt forums are just full of trolls. No, my friends, that's not true. So let me just give you some advice right now as far as where not to go and where to go so that you can avoid getting into an argument, pissing somebody off, and then having to complain about it. Honestly, the entire first group right there, community, that's going to be an area that typically trolls and people that like to piss off trolls like to go. Particularly on this, if you go to politics, or you go to philosophy and religion or complaints, you are definitely going to be getting into arguments with people. There's a lot of really wonderful places you can go to on the forums in order for you to really network and to build a great community of artists. So things like if you're gonna go into any of the art related forums, those are wonderful. If you wanna go down to the showcase or job forums, the job forums I'm gonna highlight, for example, right here, because this is where people that are starting out in commission should be going because it is completely algorithm free, and I've made a very extensive guide on how to go ahead and use this. But by no means is the DeviantArt forums the only place that trolls live. Y'all, have you ever gotten one of these messages from Instagram? I get tons of these freaking messages all the time about people that want to promote me or have me DM them or have me get involved with NFT art. All of this just concludes that basically, no, trolls do not only live on the DeviantArt forums, they are everywhere. And if you want to protect yourself, you need to know how to avoid them. Let's talk about the competitors to DeviantArt right now, as far as where have people gone to in place of it. So the first one we need to talk about, obviously, is Instagram, okay? But here's what I want to caution you on with Instagram. Number one, the algorithm is really terrible for artists. There are more artists that feel defeated by Instagram, by their lack of exposure on Instagram, then they are experiencing success. There are artists that are so deflated from their experience and from just the overtaxation of content that you have to produce with not only posts, but videos and IGTV and reels and status updates. Oh my God, there's just so much you have to do on this platform. It's just not catered towards artists that take a good amount of time to produce quality content. Pixiv, yes, does get much more site traffic than DeviantArt, about 3 times. When we take a look at what Pixiv is though, it's an ultra niche community. If you're not familiar with Pixiv, it's a Japanese website, and you can obviously tell that that's their main clientele on here. And as you scroll through Pixiv, it has a lot of wonderful art, but its major detriment is that it's an ultra niche community because it strictly only has anime and manga style artists. So if you are not in that sphere, you are not going to get the same exposure as everybody else does. And then lastly, we have to talk about ArtStation, y'all. Its one major drawback is that it's only for professionals. If you do not have a professional level of art or a near professional level of art, somebody that's looking to get into the fields of entertainment design, then you're just not going to do well on this platform, unfortunately, because it's not geared towards novices. It's not geared toward beginners. All of that, I just want to give some credibility to why these other platforms do well and what the alternatives are versus DeviantArt. DeviantArt is strictly for artists, and it's for any artist. It's for any skill level. All these other platforms are not. The next myth I want to present to you, my friends, is the one that DeviantArt does not take seriously anybody who has their artwork stolen. Now, DeviantArt has, in its most recent years, rolled out this program called DeviantArt Protect, where it does auto-detect whenever somebody else, another deviant perhaps, goes ahead, steals your artwork and posts it online on this platform itself. And that way you'll get some type of a notification whenever that happens. One of the best things that DeviantArt, I'm going to tell you, this is the only platform right now for artists that's actually doing anything about this, is DeviantArt is actually got this program for you to protect your artwork against NFT artwork. Now, just as a quick caveat to that, it is only available to core members or core membership plus members. And basically what they'll do is that they'll protect you against anybody who steals your artwork and tries to put it on the blockchain as an NFT. This happened to me. You see, one day I was just scrolling through my notifications, and all of a sudden, boom, I got this message right here that told me that there was an alert about NFTs. So I go ahead and click on it, and boom, what do I see here? Somebody has ripped off one of my current artworks and tried to put it on the blockchain. By the way, I gotta love the stupid name that they gave this is magnetic energy. And then they put up for 3 Ethereum, which is, holy God, $6,031.50. Y'all give me a little bit of cut of that cheese, please. All I needed to do here was go ahead and I clicked on the takedown process, and that brought me directly to this website's takedown form. It was really easy. I just needed to go ahead and put in a few things. Literally within hours, I got this email telling me that it had been taken down. So thank you very much for that, DeviantArt. And if that doesn't prove that DeviantArt is trying to handle art theft, and no, it's not perfect, nor will it really ever be, but DeviantArt is taking this seriously. Now that also leads me into this popular concern. The topic of trolling and abuse comes up a lot on DeviantArt, and a lot of people will say that they have had horrible experiences. And if you have had a horrible experience, I am not dismissing it, I'm not reducing it. That's terrible, that should not be happening. So DeviantArt created these guidelines right here for social conflicts and self-moderation. However though, if you do need to go ahead and report it, here's how you're gonna wanna do it. So looking at your profile page, you're gonna wanna go ahead and click on your icon, and then all the way down at the bottom, you're gonna see where it says get help and send feedback. That will then bring you to this area where you're gonna see a lot of self-help topics for you to visit. Then at the very bottom here, you're gonna see this one on how do I report abuse. Scroll all the way down to the bottom here, and you click on contacting customer support, right there where it says click here. Then what you wanna do is you wanna go ahead through this process of filling out this form. Look down at the very, very bottom, it's gonna say, did this resolve your issue? And if not, contact us. Now this is then going to prompt you to submit a ticket, and on this ticket you want to go ahead and you want to very succinctly explain your issue and have tons of screenshots. Y'all, you have to have screenshots so that DeviantArt can actually substantiate what you're saying, and then they can go ahead and they can take action. And now the last thing I need to talk to you all about is this popular concern. When DeviantArt switched from its classic to its Eclipse, a lot of people complained about the new look. But y'all, I just gotta be real with you. If you like this style of layout that looks like this, if you like your artwork to be displayed as such, then I think that you just need to go and hop into a time machine and just live in 2002, back when the MySpace era was really popular, because that's what this ugly, awful layout looks like. As an artist, if you prefer this to this layout right here that looks much more professional, it's much more eye-catching, it pops out everything that you do, and you actually are able to customize your layout however you need to in order to go ahead and communicate best what are you all about. Like for me, I want to communicate that I am a fantasy artist and I love to do D&D characters, but I also have a YouTube channel. So whatever it is, you can do that on DeviantArt, and the design and the layout of it really does help sell this so that you can help meet your artistic goals. And hey, if you enjoyed this and you want to learn more about DeviantArt, you want to learn more about how to get more art commissions and how to be a better artist, make sure you watch these videos right here.